So what are we doing today, bro?
Go park the gearbox.
Yeah?
And inspect the clutch.
Yeah?
And then install the new twin plate clutch.
Alright, sweet.
Yeah, very sweet.
Should we do a bit then?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm here. Yeah, my way. Wait, hurry up.
So I suppose first up, we got to take the clutch slave bracket. Oh, hey mate, look at that. Fuck. Hello. Watch out.
You're whispering little hints in you.
Yeah. I forgot what I was going to do, so he's just filled us in.
Thanks, mate.
Alright, so as I was saying, now he's on to Brett. So yeah, we'll do the slave cylinder bracket, which you've probably seen in my other videos. Take that off. Then we can get to the the one drain plug and the fill plug for the gearbox. We can drain the oil out, disconnect the sensors, and then we'll undo the tail shaft from the diff side, and then slide the tail shaft out, drop that. And then it's just a matter of basically undoing cross member, and the bell housing bolts, and then pulling the box back, dropping it back down on the jack, and then that's it. So just keep on going.
Keep on keeping on. It's not very sunny under here, mate.
We're about to take the cross members off the box and drop it down, but little Romeo's come. I think he knows every time there's something important going on that he needs to get on camera. So we'll wait for him to pass. Hey mate? Somebody's put it back in the wrong spot. Probably me.
This is not 6 minutes.
Someone's put a 6 where a 10 is.
Hey.
Or a 5 where a 10 is and a 6 where a 5 is. And then a 7 where a 6 is, and then so on.
Someone just tipped him out and chucked him back in.
Yeah.
This round.
Yeah. Alright, you definitely win this one. So as you've just seen, we've been working for about an hour and a half or so. So what you can see in Brett's hand is the pressure plate, and then underneath that is the clutch plate, which is well and truly rooted. And then we've got the flywheel. Because this is such a savage ceramic clutch, it's actually taken probably a mil.
Oh, a good mil lip, yeah.
At least a mil depression out of the flywheel.
Both.
And the same on the clutch pressure plate as well. So what this clutch actually did, I got this custom built by Scotty at Western Clutch, who we're going to go see tomorrow and get my new twin plate. But yeah, he basically changed the diaphragm to have more pressure, and then we've also decided to opt for a extreme clutch ceramic 6-puck clutch disc. So obviously the only downside to this is the ceramic material wears a lot faster than the OEM organic style clutch. So this has come down to the rivets and
munched your flywheel.
It's just munched everything, and you can actually see a bit of discoloration from the heat as well. Yeah, this lasted me probably a year, which is what Scott told me it'd last. It's not as if I got false information saying this would be the perfect fix, but after trying just about everything, I'm going to actually go to a twin plate, which I've got completely custom made for my box. and you know it's a twin organic, so it should be the same clutch slip as stock, but a lot more clamp force because of the twin discs. So there's another one for the rubbish heap.
Another one for the trophy cabinet.
Another one bites the clutch dust. Alright guys, so while I'm waiting for Brett to finish work and get his ass over here to help me put that box back in the car, I'll give you a quick rundown on what's happened over the last couple of days. So on Sunday we pulled the box out of the car. That took no time at all. Saw what the damage was, yada yada yada. Then Monday, yesterday, I was at Western Clutch Services with Scotty and the rest of the guys. Basically setting this, what you can see here, twin plate clutch up. It's going to be going back on the car, so it'll work with both my hydraulic setup and the spacers inside the box, etc. So what we've got here is obviously our both clutch plates. So these are both organic, so they should have a bit of slip, and they should also last quite a bit longer than the previous ceramic button clutch. This is the twin plate clutch cover with the swingers in it. This is the basket which all this sits in. Then you've got your intermediate plates here. So just quickly, I've also got another video going more into depth on how the twin plate works, but this is basically the setup and exploded view as you know. So anyway, we won't go too far into that. So a big thank you to Scotty and all the guys at Western Clutch for helping me out with this. It really wasn't worth their while to do, but they still honoured their word and they helped me set this up, and we've got it pretty well right. So what the dilemma was is, because it's hydraulic and the way that the fulcrum is on the box, we needed to make sure that we had enough width to get full disengagement of the clutch and also allow a couple of mil for wear. So what we had to do, these clutch plates were originally cushioned, so we had to drill these rivets out, take the linings off, and then flatten these out and then rivet them back together, etc. So that gave us, on both of these, that gave us another 2 mil less of release. Yeah, we just had to basically put it together, test all the clamp forces, everything. And the awesome thing is, the way this actually came out is we're getting about 1300 kilo of clamp force, but the diaphragm has been set up so the clutch will last longer, which is what I wanted because this is my daily. And also the pedal effort, it's almost half of what it used to be, and we're still going to be having the same amount of clamp force, if not a tiny bit more, and the grip of the two clutch plates. So because this is pretty much a one-off custom built clutch, we're going to be using the auto flex plate for the same motor to basically just have the ring gear for the starter motor to engage, instead of having to machine a whole custom flywheel, etc, etc. So when installing this, or any flywheel for instance on this motor, there's 8 bolts and there's one that's slightly off, so that the flywheel can only be installed in one orientation, so make sure that you check that.
Do you have some butter I can rub on this?
Margarine, alright?
Yeah. Just so it's not as harsh when you take off. Do you reckon this texture will last, or do you reckon it'll just burn off?
We'll see.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Then you can do a review on the durability of the Permax.
Alright, flap her in. Intermediate plate.
I put a fingerprint on this flex plate thing if you got that rag there.
Where? Fingerprint. Oh, what the fuck?
You do what?
Okay, we can now chuck the old alignment tool.
Next one. That one off. I can put my dirty fingers on here, can't I?
Yeah, you can touch that one.
It's pretty crazy that there's enough room in the box to accommodate all this crap.
Yeah, well, it's actually not. We had plenty of room actually.
Yeah.
Can you do it?
Without doing what?
Tipping all the bolts out.
Oh.
There they go. Alright, so as you can see, the clutch is now in and bolted to the motor. So we're about to put the gearbox in. Let's give you a quick look at how it's all turned out. Looks pretty schmick, I think. As you can see, I've also put some reflective heat shielding in the tunnel. A couple of layers just to keep all the heat out.
Damn.
Well, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This was, something custom built out of the ordinary, so I hope it appealed to a lot of you out there. Of course, stay tuned because I'm going to be doing some review videos about what it's like and just general driving of it and giving it a bit of a rundown and review. So stick around for that in the upcoming episodes.
This one's off, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so it was the stock one and then the Exedi, then that shut itself after 10,000. And then they put a PBR one back in, and then I boosted it and that died very soon. And then I put a stage 2 like half organic, half ceramic cushion button, and that's when the fucking throw up bearing shut itself. Yeah, then this clutch, which has been the most reliable so far.